Okay folks, we're looking at the rest of clip 92 overview of percentages by myself, Mr. Imran Iqbal from Imran Iqbal 1-to-1 Tutor. I've done question number 1 in the previous video. We're going to see if we can make the rest, do the rest of the questions as in the least amount of time. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Tony bought a car. The total cost of the car was £6,000 plus VAT at 17.5%. Tony paid £3,000 when he got the car. He paid the rest of the total cost of the car in 10 equal monthly payments. Work out the cost of each monthly payment. So first of all, we need to work out the value of the car. So what we do for that, we got £6,000 plus the VAT at 17.5%. And don't forget, folks, this is a non-calculator paper. You can't use calculator for the moment. Now, we want to work out 17.5% of 6,000. So we break down the 17.5% into 10%, 5%, and 2.5%. Okay. Okay, and 2.5%. Now, to work out 10% of 6,000 is nice and straightforward. You have to divide it by 10. 6,000 divided by 10, because 10% is 1/10. We basically knock off 1 0, so that gives us £600. Now 5%, if we look at 5%, 5% is half of 10%. So we're dividing 10% by 2. So we divide the 10% value by 2 as well. On this side, so 600 divided by 2 is 300. Okay, now, if I want to get from 5% to 2.5%, what do? We divide it by 2 again, because 2.5 is half of 5. Then we divide this side by 2.5. Why we do on the left? We do on the right. So 300 divided by 2 is going to be 150. And now, to work out the 17.5% value, we add them all up. That gives you 17.5. Okay, and that would be equal to these added up together. So that gives you 0, 5, 6, 9, 10. So we now know the VAT on £6,000 will be 1,050. So that 1,050, we're going to add to it our original £6,000 value. So the 1,050 add 6,000, the original price, add them up. So that'll give you 7,050 pound is the value. That was the total cost of the car. Now you pay £3,000 deposit. So £3,000 deposit. You minus that from what the total price is. 7,050 minus 3,000 will give us 4,050. Now that has to be shared amongst 10 equal costs. Work out the cost of each monthly payment. So we got this monthly payment here, 4,050. We're going to divide it by 10. When we divide any number by 10, just pick our 0 then, we knock a 0 off. So that will give us each monthly payment. Okay, let's choose a better color. So each monthly payment is £405. And that's the answer to question number 2. Okay, now question number 3 is very similar to question number 2, so I'm going to leave that for the students to try. Okay, I'm going to need to move the page up. So I'm going to have to clear this page, clear this part first of all. Right, let's move the board up now. Okay, well, let's move the page up. So we are working on the PDF. Whoa, a bit fast that was. Okay. Okay, right, let's go. Okay, this next question, we are allowed to use a calculator. The cost of a radio is the list price plus the VAT is 17.5%. List price is 320. So we have to, now, we're going to add the VAT. Now, we have to remember this, 320 pound price is equivalent to 100%, is the full value there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add on to the full value a 17.5%. Now 17.5%, if you add it on to 100%, will give you 117.5%. So in a sense, that is what we are working out of the question. So we are working out 117.5% of 320. So in a sense, that's what we're working on this question. Now let's see how that translates into calculator technique. So we type in, we have 117.5. Okay, we use the shift button and then we find the percentage. Okay, it's in different parts and different calculators, different buttons. Let's see if we can find it on this calculator. Okay, I know what is on the calculator I use. Okay, here's our calculator. Okay, now let's have a look on this calculator. Where is the percentage button? Let's hope we can find it. Hold on. Okay. And I can't seem to see it anywhere at all. Okay. Now, on this particular calculator, we go over here, this graphics calculator, I can't seem to see the percentage button on here. It's normally shift and a bracket, but we don't seem to have that here. So we're going to have to use the decimal multiplier technique, which we'll do on this calculator, right? So 117.5%, we want to change them to the multiplier technique. What we do then is we divide it by 100. Turn this percentage into decimal. Divided by 100, move back 2 places. So that becomes 1.175. So that, I guess we lose that. The percentage of translates into multiply 320. Okay, folks, sorry about that. Just couldn't find the percentage. If somebody finds it, let me know what it is. I can't see it. So 1.175 multiplied by 320. Oops, delete that. 320 equals 376. So what we get here is the final answer is equal to 376 pounds for that question. Now, okay folks, this is just one way of us doing this particular question without using the percentage button, by changing the percentage into a decimal multiplier. Now similarly, if you want to do the next question nice and quickly, we could just do now again, same way we could do 1.175 is the decimal multiplier for the 17.5% increase. We multiply that by 460 and we put that straight into the calculator. Oops, we change it back into a mouse. Okay, we have 1.175 times that by 460, and that will equal £540.50. So let's get that down. So that will give us £540 and 50 pence. Okay. The next question says work out 168 as a percentage of 100. Now this is a different style of question altogether. Okay, let's have a go at this. It says 168 as a percentage means divide by or out of 700. Okay, and that's a fraction. Now to change that into a percentage, we have to multiply it by 100. Okay, when you put this into the calculator, we use the fraction, we get back to a mouse mode. So we use the fraction button, so put this number on there, 168, replay 700, and then press replay again, get the cursor back up to the middle, and then times by 100. Oops, okay, no, that's better. That gives you 24. So that gives you 24 is the answer for that one. 24. Okay, now question number 7 is very similar. It's identical style to question number 5, so I'll leave that for the students to try. Okay, we need to move the mass, we need to move the whole thing up. So I'm going to first of all clear the screen, switch to mass mode. I'm going to go. Okay, question 8 is similar as well. We look at 9 out of 40 in the test. Kate got it, so she worked that out as a percentage. Same as the one we just done. Okay, that's the end of that particular clip. That will be the next clip. See you in the next video.